We made it to another episode. We're so excited, you guys. Welcome to TERROR29 TV, episode 4. Cass is going to teach us a makeup tutorial with some bruising effects using the bruise wheel. And right now, it's time for horror facts, my top 5 favorite horror movie facts. Let's do it.
Horror facts.
Number 5, Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock's movie Psycho was the very first movie to feature a toilet flushing. Today that idea seems silly, but in 1960 it was a first. As a side note, it was also the first movie to have the first sound of a toilet flushing. Number 4, Paranormal Activity. It's often compared to the Blair Witch Project, but has went on to become far more profitable. The initial budget for Paranormal Activity was only $15,000 and went on to gross $193 million worldwide. Another fun fact, Steven Spielberg loved the movie so much he suggested an alternate ending to the film, which is the ending we are familiar with today. Number 3, The Conjuring. The movie The Conjuring, which features Ed and Lorraine Warren, are based on real people. Director James Wan told Entertainment Weekly, "The one thing I had never explored was the chance to tell a story that's based on real-life characters, real-life people. So those were the things that led me to The Conjuring." Another fun fact, the movie Annabelle is based off a real Raggedy Ann doll that Ed and Lorraine believed to be demon-possessed. It lives in their occult museum on display under lock and key. And Lorraine Warren also makes a cameo appearance in the first Conjuring, as seen in this picture here. Number 2, Saw. The original Billy puppet was handmade by director James Wan. The puppet was so precious to the filmmakers that they paid for it to have its own seat on a flight from Melbourne to Los Angeles. Another fact about Billy, he's made sneak appearances in other movies such as Dead Silence and Insidious. And number 1, Friday the 13th. Did you know that Jason's original name was going to be Josh? Seems kind of goofy now. That's our horror facts.
Hi, it's Cass from TERROR29, your main clown greenie. Today we're talking about bruise wheels. We're going to go over the different types of looks and wounds that you can achieve with just these guys right here. So here we go. We have 3 different types of bruise wheels that we're going to discuss. We have 2 Nye Bruise Wheels. We have the living, more fresh, flesh-toned bruise wheel. Great for doing lots of different bruising and a lot of different looks that you can get with just looking sick and gross. And then we have the Nye Zombie Wheel. The colors are more muted. They give you a deader look. You've got that gray that can be added in there. I use it a lot, very sparingly. It's very dark gray. And then if you look at, we also have the Mehron Bruise Wheel. This is the one that we actually keep in stock. It's one that you can get through us if you would want to start doing some of your own bruises and wounds. If you see these ones, they actually do have very similar mutings. You can do a lot of the same types of wounds and looks with these wheels, and we're going to show you. Now we're showing you some of the actual wounds and colorations that you can get. For a more fresh wound, you're going to want your darker colors, your blue and your purple here. That's good. You just mix them up a little bit. And again, less is more. Something that I'll do is I'll just make sure I don't have too much product on my brush, because if you put too much on there, you have to really spread it around, but you can always add more, so you start getting that really good bruising kind of coloration. And that's just a little bit right there, so you can start actually adding depth to it with just a little bit of blue. Again, remember to make sure there's not too much coming off. So a fresh bruise is going to look more like the blood is just starting to pool up. Start getting more of the dark red. I like the dark red. I think that makes it look really realistic as far as what a human hand would do. You can take more of that purple. Let's say that's where a lot of the force ended up being. So you'd have a lot more of the blood pooling up right there. Play around with the different types of strokes you can do because, again, bruising is like snowflakes. You'll never get the same one twice. You can spread it out more. You could even go so far as to take a little bit of green, because then you start thinking about aging, right? So you get to start seeing more depth. I made it a lot bigger than a bruise would probably be, but that's why I wanted to show that coloration. Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
Oh, so really.
Now that I've shown you some of the basic bruising techniques, feel free to get out there, try these yourself. Hit us up in the comments section. We'd be happy to talk about the different things out there and, direct you how to start doing these things yourself. Thanks, guys.